Today you're going to learn how to find the area of shapes in the coordinate plane. Okay, so our learning target is I will be able to graph shapes in the coordinate plane. All right, we're going to start off just with some background information that you guys will need to know. Okay, so for example, what is a coordinate plane? A coordinate plane is an important tool used in mathematics, formed by a horizontal number line that we call the x-axis, and a vertical number line, which we call the y-axis. The place where these two axes meet is called the origin. Okay, and we'll take a look at what a coordinate plane looks like in 1 second. An ordered pair is a pair of numbers that indicates a point on the coordinate plane. So a pair of numbers, and pair means two, remember. Okay, so our x-axis is horizontal, so our x-axis goes left to right. Our y-axis is vertical, so it goes up and down. Okay. An ordered pair, let's jump back to what an ordered pair is. So it's a pair of numbers that indicate a point on the coordinate plane. It looks something like this. So it might be like 1, 2. And they're always in parentheses. Where the first number, this first number right here, the 1, is going to tell us the x-axis value. And the second number, this 2, is going to tell us the y-axis value. Okay. So you need to do the x-axis first and then the y-axis. And the x-axis is horizontal, so you need to go left or right before you can go on the y-axis, which would be up or down. Okay, one example I like to tell students to think about is an elevator. Okay, you have to go in or out. You have to move yourself left or right or forward or backwards to get into an elevator before you can go up or down to the other levels. You have to walk into that elevator first before you can go up or down. Same thing here. You have to go left or right before you can go up or down. So an elevator is just kind of my way that I use to remember that. Okay, you might have a better way. So this is what a coordinate plane looks like right here. All right, it has our x-axis and our y-axis. Our y-axis is vertical. So I want you to label this with me. Our y-axis goes up and down. X-axis is horizontal, it goes left and right. Okay, now let's think back to what we said before. That place where they meet is called the origin. And the ordered pair for that origin is always 0, 0. Okay, you don't go left or right, you stay exactly where you are. And you don't go up or down, you stay exactly where you are. That's why it's 0, 0. You go 0 moves on the x-axis and 0 moves on the y-axis. Okay, that's what we call our origin. All right, so let's give you some practice on plotting some ordered pairs. All right, I want you to watch me plot the first one, and then I want you to pause the video and try the next two on your own, and then check your answers with the video. So for now, let's just watch. We're going to do A in purple. Okay, 2, 2. Remember, it's X first, and then our Y. Okay, so we go left or right, and then we go up or down. So we want to move over to that 2. So we go over 2, up 2. And here's where we put our A. Okay, so now if you feel confident, I want you to pause the video and try this next one on your own. And then try C on your own, and then resume the video to check your work. So if we are doing B, I'm going to do that in blue. We have 7, 6. Remember, we have to go left or right first. So I'm going over to 7, because that's my first number, and then up to 6. I'll put a dot and label that B. All right, last but not least, I have C. I will do that in red. I have 3 on my x-axis and 9 for my y-axis. So I go over 3, up 9. That is my C. Okay, and now we have just plotted 3 points. All right, but how does this relate to what we're working on? All right, so we are going to be plotting a shape. Okay, we're going to be graphing a shape, and then we have to find the area of that shape. Now, we've done some practice with boxes, finding area of shapes on boxes, and other classes haven't. So this might seem very easy to you. That's good. Okay, I kind of was helping you out with that by giving you these tough problems right away at the beginning. All right, so first thing I want you to do, pause the video, plot your points. Okay, resume the video, make sure you plotted your points correctly, and then listen to what we have to say down here, and then you can pause to finish this out. Okay, and do it on your own. So first, pause the video, plot these points, and then resume. So here we have point A is -2, -2. So we want -2 on the x-axis and -2 on the y-axis. So I want to go over to -2, down to -2. I'm going to label that A because that's point A. Then I'm going to do point B, which is -2. So I go on the x-axis to -2, and then up to +2. That's going to be my point B. Okay, so I did point A, I did point B, they're supposed to be check marks. And now I have to do point C. I'm going to go starting at the origin, always starting at the origin, go over 3, 2. So that's my point C. Point D, I'm going to go over 3, down to -2. That is point D. Okay, so when we are graphing shapes on the coordinate plane, what we are first going to do is plot the points correctly. Okay, we need to pay attention to the x-axis and y-axis, knowing that that x always comes first. Okay, we always have to go left or right before we can go up or down. Then we're going to connect those points in the coordinate plane to make a shape. Okay, so if I connect all these dots, they're not going to be perfectly straight. It's okay. Close enough. That's not too bad. Okay, and I'm going to make a shape. This is a rectangle. Okay, what I'm going to do next is find the area of this rectangle. I'm going to do that just like how we have been doing in class. I'm going to find the measurements of my base and height. Okay, and in order to do that, I have to count the boxes, and we'll do that in a minute, so just hang on. Then we're going to use our appropriate formula. So use the formula that we use for rectangles, which would be base times height. And we show our work by using substitution and finding that area. Last step, we always want to label our final answer. Okay. Always label that final answer. All right, so let's go up. Let's do our work together. I'm going to do this in blue. Okay, so I have a rectangle, so I have base times height. Now we need to count for my base. I always like to draw over them so that I know how many boxes I'm going. So I'm starting at A, 1 box, 2 box, 3 boxes, 4 boxes, 5 boxes. So our base is 5. Our height, I will do in red. Draw over the line, 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 boxes. Okay, now that I know my base and height, I can just take 5 times 4. And 5 times 4 is going to give me the answer of 20. Last step, I have to label that. When we are on the coordinate plane, they're not going to be labeled unless they tell you like 1 box is 1 foot. Okay, so unless they give you those directions, it's always going to be units squared. And remember, we abbreviate units to UN, so it could be 20 UN squared as well. All right. So the area of rectangle ABCD, we call rectangles by their vertices, their points. Okay, so it's ABCD because the points are A, B, C, and D. The area of that rectangle is going to be 20 units squared. Okay. Take this time to write a summary about how you are going to find the area by graphing shapes on a coordinate plane. Okay, you might want to summarize how you plot points, on the coordinate plane first and then talk about how we find the area. But I do want you to write that summary, okay, before you move on to your classwork.